welcome back to another video. My name is Tara, and today we're going to be working in a couple different molds that I made. And first I want to start off by saying thank you so much because we have hit our first 100 subscribers. So actually it's really 114 now that I just looked a few minutes ago. So this is going to be a video on announcing a giveaway. So I have made these molds. I did a different set of them on a different previous video. And on that video, I said that it would maybe be a good idea to do these as a giveaway prize whenever we finally hit 100. So I have made another set, and this is going to be me testing out these molds to make sure that they are good enough to send out as a prize. So it is the bow and hippo mold, which is this one minus the glitter or the rhinestone tape. So it would just be the bow without that on one. And the other one is this little cute hippo. I'm sure you've seen it other places. I just bought this little glass piece on Amazon and made a mold. So, and since it is Lupus Awareness Month, and I do share in that group of people, I do have lupus, and so we're gonna kind of do this in some purples today. So I was thinking for the bow, we're gonna mix these two glitters, which this is from Recollections, and I got it from Michael's, and this is the purple chunky fine mix from Leo Bro. And for the hippo, I have this glitter. It's kind of opally, and it's got some shifts from like blue, purpley, pink, but mostly white. But I thought maybe we could add in this holographic purple. Not sure how well, or how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to try it. I've never used this glitter before. Bought a whole set of them on Temu a very long time ago, and I just never got around to using it. So I thought it would be nice to try that out today. So, anything else? No? Oh, also, I might also, if I have extra, or I might even put some extra on the side. I also had made this little turtle mold that I wanted to put into the giveaway, but I'm not sure how well it's going to turn out. I had this turtle mold here, and I made a casting of it, and then I put rhinestones all over it, and then made another mold of it, right? Well, the mold itself, the initial casting, had from that I got it from Temu, it had like a matte spot on its head, so I had to end up spraying this with a gloss sealer to kind of shine it up. And I'm not sure how well the mold turned out. It did have some bubbly bits around the neck area, so I'm not sure if that was from the resin or if it's actually in the mold. So we might try that one out to see what it looks like if we have some extra. That was just like a kind of bonus type deal anyway, though. So, all right, I'm going to go mix up some resin, and then I will be right back. All right, so I mixed up 6 ounces of resin, which is probably too much, but that's okay. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I got my little mixing cups here. Well, they're not mixing cups. They're old microwave mac and cheese things. But I use these to mix the colors or glitters and then use them in the vacuum chamber. So, all right, I've got all my resin mixed in real good. I'm going to separate them. I can't recall how much. I think they're about, I think the hippo is about 2.5 ounces. Maybe this is 2. And then I'm just going to leave the rest on the side. So probably won't need that much anyway because it's going to have glitter in it. I might just mix or separate two, what was that? Oh, that's actually, well, that's 2.5 there. Oh, and I put my handmade molds on this paper towel so it doesn't mess my mat up. For some reason, the handmade molds will make your mat warp. I'm not really sure why that does that, but I have had it do it before. And once it does it, it doesn't like to go back. So let's see, I got 1 ounce left. So that means I got 1.5 ounces in there. This one had 2.5. Maybe a little. That might be enough, especially with all the glitter that's going to go in it. So, yeah. Oh, and if you didn't know, when I make my handmade molds, um, which is this cool little tip here. See, this bowl here is what I made them in, and it has a raised area in the middle. Well, you can't really make a mold in there because it doesn't have the bottom of it will be messed up. So what I do is I just pour a little bit of the Let's Resin polyurethane resin in there, and it won't stick to the mold, but it raises it up where it's level, and then you got this neat little built-in lid for your mold to keep the dust out. So, little trick for you. Oh, and another thing, how I made this mold, I like to use the backs of my little trinket jars. So here's another tip for you. If you had any little trinket jars like this or like this is how you're actually supposed to pour the mold. But if you flip them over, it makes the perfect little mold housing, and it just flips out and doesn't fuse to it or anything. And you don't have to worry about leaking or anything. It's really nice. And I do also pour the polyurethane in the bottoms of those. You know, just a little trick there for you. Okay, let's get started. Oh, let's move this. So, and we might need some Elmer's glue to keep our glitter from sinking. So I'm going to get that out. I guess we will start with the fine. Just going to pour some in there. Good amount, I guess. Start off with that, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna use an old stick that I've already used glitter with. Once you use glitter, it makes such a mess of everything. It's really hard to clean it out of your little containers or off your sticks. So I just reuse little containers like this, and my little popsicle sticks. I have ones that I use with that are only for glitters and anything, and then the other for anything that doesn't have glitter in it. I just don't like having to clean the glitter off of everything. I'm going to add some more because you can't really see that one. I think I put a little much of uh, the fun there. I think it's all sinking. It's probably the problem. Or sticking to the sides. Well, it's kind of hidden, isn't it? It's kind of, the fine is taking over. Hopefully I don't add too much. I'm not going to add any. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to add. Maybe I should have started with the chunky first so I seen how much I had in there, really. It's all sticking to the sides too, though. Well, you can kind of see it in there. Well, let's add a little bit more. I want to be able to see the chunky one too. Well, all right. Let's just leave it at that. I think once I put the glue in it and it stays suspended, maybe that'll be better. I probably added too much purple, but it's still really pretty. Yeah. It'll just be like some polka dots in the bowl. Yeah, I think it's a lot of it's sticking to the side, so maybe when I go to scrape the cup, it might do better. So I will add a little drop of glue, and I think this nozzle is not working properly, so I'm gonna get a little dotting tool here and just get some out of the lid. And just get a little drop. You don't need much of this stuff. It will definitely make your resin really, really thick. And it doesn't affect the curing, but it just makes it to where that glitter won't fall to the top of your piece. It just makes it really, really thick and snotty like. Yeah, it's all sticking there, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just gonna mix it up real, real good. I think that looks pretty. Okay, let's stick that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and just stick it directly into the vacuum chamber. You can put those in the vacuum chamber even though it has the glue in it. Yeah, I might actually have to put that in a bigger cup though because it might overflow with all that. All right, so for this one, I'm going to start off with the chunky first. Let's get us an old stick. Come on then. Oh, they're stuck together. Oh, that's pretty. Very pretty. Let's do like that. Oh, wow. I do like that. I wonder, should I even add that other one? Looks like there's something in there. Yeah, we're going to add it because we want to keep with the theme of purple. Purple and butterflies, like purple ribbon and butterflies are like the colors for lupus awareness. Well, that doesn't really look purple in the resin though, does it? Or does it? Looks more green. Actually, no. I think that did good. It turned it real nice and green. I mean, purple. Let's add some more. Oh yeah, I like that. It actually almost kind of tints the resin purple instead of, like, you don't really see the glitter a whole lot, but it definitely tinted it purple. That's nice. but I don't know that it has enough glitter in it. So I want to take this lid off, but I also don't want to make a mess. Oh, okay. Because knowing me, I will explode that glitter bottle everywhere. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of this. And then we'll get the glue in there. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I'm sure you probably don't see what I'm seeing, or how pretty it is, rather. But it is very nice. Okay, so I am, where to go? There we go. Mm, come on. Yeah. Oh, that's too much. Don't. Yeah, that's going to be too much. You don't, those drops don't need to be that big, but when your plunger thing here doesn't work, or what do you call it? Nozzle doesn't work. It's the only way I can do it. Oh, yeah. That got really, really snotty. Oh, Lord. Okay. That is really nice, I think. So, I'm going to go get these in a vacuum chamber and I'll get these poured. All right. So, we're back. And even with that little tiny amount of glitter in this big cup, it went all the way to the top and almost went over. So, if you put glue in your glitter resin, make sure you have a big old cup so it can expand. All right, let's start. Let's get this off. I am going to get me a little dotting tool because I want to make sure you don't want to spray alcohol in your handmade molds. So I do want to get a dotting tool and kind of dig around in those ears. Try not to get any bubbles in the ears. So with the glue in your resin, you do kind of got to cut it off because it doesn't want to stop pouring very easily. So don't use anything sharp. This has got a, well, that's a little too sharp though, I feel like. So these dotting tools do have a rounded edge. So I'm going to just get around in his ears down there. Make sure that I do my best to make sure that I get the resin down in those little ears for him so we don't have bubbles in there. Okay. Didn't want to have to send out a used mold, but I also wanted to make sure that it was a good mold. I didn't want to send you a mold that wasn't nice. Which, of course, with all the handmade molds, even the ones from Into Resin, uh, when you go to try to dome them, they don't really have the nicest bottom because it's hand cut, not machine cut. So it's kind of hard to get a good rim around that. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have too much, of course, but that's okay. I do want to get a little silicone tool, get up underneath of his neck, make sure there's no bubbles in his neck. It's gonna be hard with all that glitter, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so I'm going to fill it up a little bit more. I'm going to get my popsicle stick ready to cut the resin off though. Okay, well, it's domed now though. But yeah, I don't want to try to dig it out of there. We may have to just trim that bottom up a little bit. All right. Now this one doesn't have any little 90-degree angles or anything. Let's turn it to the side. Oh, it's going to be pretty. Hopefully you can see my chunky glitter in there. Oops. Something underneath my foot is throwing me off. And I will be sure to clean this mold up before I send it out to anyone. Oh, okay. Oh, stop. Okay. Well, that one is domed too, and I still have plenty of the glitter resin and the clear. I figured I would make too much. See, with the faceted molds like this, you don't really want to put glitter in it because you won't see it. And I do want to be able to see how well this mold turned out. So maybe I'll use the clear in that one. So let me find a mold real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got out the little turtle mold and I put some green Sigwong resin pigment in this. And I got my other turtle mold out from Into Resin for these two. And I know it's a faceted mold, but I just want to try it. A lot of people say you don't use the faceted molds for that, but I'm just curious. So I'm going to try it. Now I'm going to pour this really slowly. And then I'm going to stop so I can use my little dotting tool to get in here on some of these little facets here and where those rhinestones are to release any bubbles that are wanting to cling to those little areas there. And hopefully that's good. And hopefully I have enough. Should. Well, maybe not. Oh no. Maybe I don't. Well, let me scrape the cup, and I should actually. Starting to get kind of thick now. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's perfect. See a little bubble. There we go. All right, so now I'm just gonna pour this. Let me move this out of the way before I knock it over, like I just did. I'm gonna just pour this in here. I don't know if it's gonna be enough or not. I will also need to get around in these facets, especially with that glitter and the glue. And cut that off. Just kind of run my tool around in there. Goodness. That's messy. But it works to keep your glue suspended, that's for sure. Daniel Cooper came up with that. It's awful gloopy now. It's getting hot on top of all that glue and glitter. I don't know if this is going to mix together or not, but we'll see. If it's just going to be separate. My goodness. Lord. Wow. Mm, just a little bit more. Looks like it's going to stay separate at this point. Mm. Hmm. I might take all of it. Looks like. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, it is all gone now. So I will be back when it's all good and cured. All right. Well, this is all cured up. Let's go ahead and start with these little guys. Little turtles. Pretty. It's the same. You can see the chunky glitter a little bit more in there. There's a little bit of the extra green from the turtle. It's cute. And I just love this little glitter here. The opaly kind. This one seems a little soft on the legs, but he was an extra, and I'm curious what the glitter looks like in these little faceted molds. And I really wanted that purple to stay up because I'd rather see that opal glitter, but let's see what it looks like. Kind of fell right on through to the top of the mold all of a sudden out of nowhere. I look over and the purple is gone. All right. Oh, well, that don't look bad. It's still facety. I don't like how it fell into his head like that. Well, goodness. Okay. Let's see. Not too bad. Yeah. Probably would have been better if it didn't have the two different glitters in it, but eh, it's all right. Let's see this one. I really wanted this one to turn out good, but we'll see. Oh man, why does it look? Huh? It looks like it's all dull right there, and it wasn't at first. Well, that's weird. The other one wasn't like that. Huh? That's weird. Maybe because I was digging around in there trying to get the bubbles, the little bubbles from the silicone in there. I don't know. That's weird because the first one that came out of here didn't look like that. Well, oh well. Maybe try again with a better mold to start with. All right, now to the main thing we were looking at is these. This one's a little easier to get out than that little guy is. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's nice. I like how you can see just a hint of that chunky glitter. That's pretty. Yeah, I like that. Turned out nice, actually. I was concerned about the bottom of the mold being jagged like that, but it's not that bad, really. I mean, all you would need to do, just like any other handmade mold, is, clean up your edges with a dotting tool or a craft knife or something. But it really doesn't look that bad. It actually looks halfway decent. It looks better than my first one. I don't know, can you tell? Let's see. Can you tell? Yeah. I think it's nice. Well, what do you think? Good enough for a giveaway? I would like to have it. Yeah. And the good thing is, there's only 114 subscribers at the moment, so that um, greatly increases your chance of winning, especially when a good 10 or 12 of them are friends and family that, that don't do resin anyway. So that also increases your risk chance to win. So there's a hair on there. All right, I left this here because it forms his neck, but it can be taken off where you can get it out easier. But it does form like the underside of his neck. Is the only reason why I left it on there. But I've seen other people that made it and they took that part off. But what I did, I just like rocked it back and forth. And you can even put some, I got some silicone oil in there, put it in a little dropper like that and put it in there, and it helps to um, sorry. uh, it helps to. Oh no! Did I let this cool down? No way! His ears came off. Man. Anyway, it helps to moisturize your molds. Dang it! That stinks. Where'd it go? There it is. I let it cool down. A little bit, anyway. Why do I always do that? Dang it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to glue these back on there. Did this happen last time? I think this happened last time. Telling you. Yeah. Anyway, we'll glue it back on there, but I just wanted to look at the bottom and the rest of the mold. And I think this one turns out pretty good too, actually. Better than my first one. Needs a little bit of trim right there. But that is cute. I love that glitter. That is beautiful. Poor ears. I guess it is a little warm still. It's been sitting on here cooling down for a while though. That's what you get for being too impatient. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's good other than I ripped freaking ears off again. The mold is good. Is uh is the thing. That's what we were testing, and I needed to tell you all about the 100 subscriber giveaway, and we did all that, and the mold looks good, and I'll get it all cleaned up. So if you want to enter the giveaway, of course, you have to be a subscriber, like this video, comment, and you can say whatever you want in the comment. But also, somewhere in your comment, just say bow or hippo. So that'll let me know that if your name is chosen, or if however I probably just write all the names down and put it in a jar or bowl or something. So I don't know how to do all that. Those little apps. I guess I could look it up, but it might just be easier for me, at least on the first one, to just take all the names down, put it in a jar of some sort, and pull out a name. So, but that will let me know whether or not, if you won, if you would like the hippo or the bow. That's easy. That's all you got to do. Just let me know which one you would like. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that is it. So, I'm going to go and glue his poor little ears back on. And I guess that's it. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Okay, so I did go and check the international prices for shipping. And wow, they weren't kidding when they said it was expensive. So at this point, we're just gonna either have to do it US based only, but if you would like to enter and you are out of the country, I would just ask that you split the shipping cost with me if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, it's just going to have to be US based only, because I just cannot afford that type of shipping cost right now. So I'm going to leave the video up, and the enters need to be in by Friday. I will close it then, start writing everybody's name down, and then we will do the drawing on Saturday. And I'll do the drawing on video so everybody can see that it's fair. And if your name is pulled, then just send your info, your name, address, and all that into me at jbirdresin@gmail.com. And yeah, good luck to everybody, and I'll see you then. No, by the way, I also wanted to say extra little thank you to Wanda at Wanda's West Creations, Renee at Heart Creations by Renee, Tammy at Bless or Epoxy Me That, Miss Francis at Beating Crazy Custom Creations, Amy at Amy's Resin Corner, and then Amy at Blessed Epoxy by Amy. All of those lovely ladies have shouted me out on their channels and really helped me out like that. So I just wanted to say an extra thank you to them and to all you guys that have subscribed and got us to the 100. So, all right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye.